Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So good to see you all this afternoon again on Thursday, NBIC Story Time. An opportunity to gather to listen to some beautiful stories read to us by various members of our community. Alhamdulillah, this is something we're going to try to do throughout the summer to connect us to one another. Such a beautiful day again. It was a little bit rainy this morning. It's so beautiful, an opportunity to sit outside, spend some time outside, and hoping that you guys are all enjoying as much as you can the outside during this time, especially on these beautiful afternoons and beautiful evenings. Alhamdulillah. I just wanted to draw your attention to we're going to be beginning for ages 7 to 12 years old. So maybe this, if it doesn't apply to you, maybe one of your siblings might be interested in joining the online summer camp, NBIC summer camp. Many of you I know were with us last summer at NBIC. Unfortunately, we can't hold it at NBIC this year, but we're going to try to do something online. So if you are interested, please make sure you have your parents, can look into it and sign up. I'm just going to post that up there so you can see what that is. All right. This is the NBIC online summer camp. It's for ages 7 to 12. It will start the 29th, June 29th, inshallah. It's a 4-week program, and it will be going from Mondays to Thursdays. An opportunity to learn some Quran, memorize some Quran, have some Islamic studies, learn some stories and that. And inshallah ta'ala, we're going to work on trying to do some activities for you all. Like I said, we missed so many of you that were with us last year in the summer camp. But alhamdulillah, we do have an opportunity to do something online, and we want to make sure we do that and take advantage of that in spite of the fact that we cannot meet in person. All right. Okay, today, inshallah, we're going to do a story. Someone that's quite a silly character, but teaches us many beautiful things. And many of you may be familiar with it. And if you're not, this will be someone new you're introduced to. And part of the reason for these story times is to introduce us to storytelling and to the books and literature out there. There's so many books. You guys have an opportunity to read about Muslim values and about stories of various Muslim characters. When I was growing up, we had nothing. There was nothing, right? The only stories we could be hear were from our mommy and daddies, and they would tell us these stories, but we didn't have any books. Right, we used to love to maybe get a coloring book we'd be able to find at some Muslim convention all the way out in Chicago. There was no place to order books and to order activities. But alhamdulillah, things have changed so much. And so many of you are so fortunate to live at a time when you have so many beautiful stories, so many beautiful books that you can have access to. So we want to encourage to make this a summer of story time and a summer of reading. And so this is to introduce you to some of those books and to some of those characters, as well as to listen to some stories. All right, let me see if I can get this started. If you give me 1 second, let's get.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Today, NBIC's Read Aloud is Hilmi the Hippo Becomes a Hero by Ray Norridge. And we are joined by Pika, Snuggles, and Angel. Hilmi the Hippo lay on the soft sand beside his water hole. Nearby, resting on a water lily leaf, was his best friend, the blue dragonfly. Assalamu alaikum, dragonfly. It is such a fine morning, said Hilmi. The sun is shining and the sky is blue. I am such a happy hippo. Just then, Hilmi heard someone snigger behind the wild fig tree which grew beside the water hole. He sat up and looked around. Again, he heard the sound of laughter. Who is laughing? Called Hilmi. From behind the tree stepped an ostrich. I am laughing, Hilmy, she said, fluttering her long eyelashes. What are you laughing at? Asked Hilmy indignantly. You, said the ostrich. You are lazy. Look at you. You do nothing but lie in the sun all day. A little tree squirrel scurried down from the tree and began to laugh. She fluffed out her tail and began to sing. Hilmy is silly, Hilmy is lazy. We don't want him to be our friend. The ostrich laughed and laughed. Hilmy felt very hurt. He had thought the ostrich and the tree squirrel were his friends. Hilmy could not understand why the ostrich and the squirrel were not obeying Allah and being kind and friendly. Soon, the honey badger came to the water hole to drink. Hilmy decided to ask the honey badger if he thought he was silly and lazy. The honey badger began to chuckle. Yes, you're lazy. Look at you. You do nothing all day but frolic in the water and lie in the sun. That is why everyone thinks you are silly and lazy. When the honey badger had finished drinking and had left the water hole, Hilmy asked his friend, the blue dragonfly, Are you my friend, dragonfly? The blue dragonfly replied, Yes, Hilmy, you will always be my friend. Don't listen to what the others have to say. One day, they will realize how nasty they really are, and then they will be sorry for the things that they have said to you. The following morning, a small flock of guinea fowl came down to the water hole to drink. Assalamu alaikum, called Hilmy. Welcome to my water hole. We came down to the water hole to see the lazy hippo, called one guinea fowl. Yes, said the other, we have heard all about the lazy, silly hippo that does nothing but lie in the sun all day. So we have come to see for ourselves. The guinea fowl began to laugh. Ha 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 ha! They looked at Hilmy and said, You must surely be the lazy hippo. What do you do all day? Do you simply lie in the sun and sleep all day? Hilmy felt very sad. He ran and plunged into the water, submerging himself with only his eyes and ears above the surface. He wanted to hide. That's where you belong, shouted the nasty guinea fowl. Under the water, where no one can see you. Hilmy stayed under the water for a very long time. Again, he was puzzled that his friends could be so unkind. God doesn't love those who aren't nice to others, he thought. Didn't they realize that Allah was watching everything that they were doing? Didn't they feel ashamed of being cruel to him? He thought. Hilmy was very unhappy. He had done nothing wrong, yet his friends were being very mean. One afternoon, several days later, the sky turned black. Fierce blue lightning flashed overhead. The thunder rolled and roared. The wind blew so hard, the trees began to sway. Suddenly, it began to rain. It rained so much that the water hole burst its banks. The storm raged all night, and everywhere across the land, rainwater poured into the rivers. The following morning, when the rain had stopped and the wind had calmed, Hilmy saw that the force of the storm had washed away many trees. The sand had turned to mud, and large puddles of water lay everywhere. That was a very bad storm we had last night, said Hilmy to the blue dragonfly. Yes, replied the dragonfly, but although I was so terribly frightened, I knew Allah would protect me. Suddenly, from somewhere far in the distance, Hilmy heard a voice crying, Help me! At once, Hilmy set out in the direction of the cry. Help me! I'm drowning! It called again. Splashing through the mud, Hilmy ran as fast as he could. Soon he came to the river. There, stranded on a fallen tree in the middle of the swollen river, was the ostrich. Hilmy could see that she was very frightened. Help Hilmi. The water is flowing so fast. I fear I might drown.
I will help you, inshallah, Ostrich. I am a strong swimmer, shouted Hilmi.
Hilmi swam out to where the ostrich was stranded on the fallen tree.
Jump onto my back, Ostrich, and I will take you to dry land.
The ostrich gratefully climbed onto Hilmi's back. Slowly and with great care, Hilmi swam to higher ground. No sooner had the ostrich climbed off Hilmi's back when the tree squirrel called for Hilmi to help her. The little squirrel was being washed downstream on a fallen log.
Please help me, she begged. I cannot swim very well. The river is too deep and the water is flowing very fast.
Hilmi raced back and plunged into the river and swam out to help the squirrel. The water swirled in all directions, carrying with it broken branches and fallen trees. When Hilmi reached the little squirrel, the squirrel leapt from the floating log and landed safely on Hilmi's back. Hilmi then swam to the safety of the dry riverbank. Hilmi saw some of the guinea fowl that had mocked him. They too were clinging to a broken tree.
Please help us,
they cried with their feathers wet and dripping. Hilmi swam out into the strong flowing water of the river and rescued the guinea fowl. Again and again, Hilmi braved the raging river, and one by one he helped all the creatures to safety. When everyone was safe and sound on dry land, the exhausted Hilmi sat down to rest. I am very proud of you, Hilmi, said the blue dragonfly. With no thought for your own safety, you have saved the lives of many creatures. Alhamdulillah, you have shown great courage and bravery.
Jazakallah khair, Hilmi,
said the ostrich.
We have been so unkind to you. We have bullied you and called you names. You have shown us that we are the stupid ones. You are our hero, Hilmi. You have saved our lives.
Hilmi smiled and thanked Allah in his heart for giving him strength to help others. The wings of the blue dragonfly shimmered in the sunlight. He looked across at all the animals Hilmi had saved from the floodwaters and said, Some of you did not want Hilmi to be your friend. Alhamdulillah, we can all learn a lesson from Hilmi. Allah created good in all of us. We must not bully or be cruel to others.
I did what I had to do only for the sake of Allah,
replied Hilmi. All the animals cheered.
Astaghfirullah, we have all learned a valuable lesson. Had it not been for Hilmi, we would have all drowned. Alhamdulillah, Hilmi is not only our hero, but he is also our friend.
The end. Thank you for joining Snuggles, Pika, and Angel for today's NBIC story time of Hilmi the Hippo.
All right. Wasn't that a wonderful story about Hilmi the hippo, right? An unexpected hero. Who would ever thought that hippopotamus, one of my favorite words, can we say hippopotamus? Hippopotamus would be such a hero. One of the beautiful lessons we learned from that story is one of the worst types of people are the people who are cruel and mean to others, right? And one of the best types of people is the one, like Hilmi, who is always willing to help, even those who are mean to him. That's what we must remember, right? Even those who were mean to him, when they needed help, he still helped them, because that's what Hilmi is. Hilmi is a very generous and kind hippo. So we want to be more like Hilmi the hippo. Maybe not in our eating habits, but in our generosity and kindness, right? We want to make sure that we're helping others. And don't ever be like one of those ostriches or what was it, a squirrel, I think. Trying to remember the other animal. But you know, we don't want to be like those animals who are being so mean and so obnoxious and making fun of Hilmi, right? That's never who we want to be. We always want to be those who are kind, those who are generous, right? And those are the people at the end of the day that everyone loves. And those are the types of people that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam always told us to be, and that he was himself. To always be kind, to always be generous, to always help those in need, even if it is somebody who may have done something mean to us. We never return anything that is mean or bad that somebody does to us with being mean or bad to them. Never, right? We're always better and we always do good. We thank everybody for joining us on this, once again, this beautiful opportunity and this beautiful evening of here on Storytime. And we encourage everybody, inshallah ta'ala, to continue to join with us as well every Thursday. And once again, I'm going to put up the sign for the summer camp. If you are interested, please make sure your parents register. Again, it's for 7-year-olds and 12-year-olds. It will be 4 days a week. So look out for that as well. Jazakallah khairan. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.